Hello everyone, so I hope you are doing great. I'm very good today because it's Saturday basically, and the morning here in Brazil where I am now is a little bit windy, cool, a little bit cold, I guess, and I really like this kind of weather because it reminds me to Buenos Aires a little bit, where I'm originally from. Buenos Aires usually in winter is very cold, and it also reminds me of the south of Argentina, where it used to be a very one of my favorite places in Argentina, and because of the mountains and the cool weather and the wind. My grandfather was from the south of Argentina, so I used to go there when I was a kid with my brother. So these are good memories, and this kind of days, this kind of weather reminds me of that. So it makes me very happy. Also, it's Saturday, it's morning. I usually work on Saturday mornings, on Friday mornings, Sunday I work on my projects. I work during the week teaching Spanish and English here in Brazil. On Saturdays, Sundays, on the weekends, on Fridays, I work on my projects. I work on Godot. I work on Qbasic. And those are the small things, the simple things that make me happy every week. And today I want to show you this project that is a first-person shooter project on Godot that I started almost 11 months ago, almost around 1 year ago, and it was part of a conversation with my brother in Buenos Aires. We were talking on the phone, and I told him, why don't we make a first-person shooter? Why don't we try to create a first-person shooter on Godot? And at the moment, it seemed to be something very difficult to do, because it was going to be my first-person shooter, FPS. And then I said, why not? I looked for some tutorials on YouTube. I followed, I think it's one of the most famous tutorials of how to make an FPS on Godot on YouTube. I watched a tutorial series, and I followed the steps, and I created the basics, the basic mechanics of the game, and then I continued adding things and exploring and changing things, adding light, particles, well, everything. So far, a lot of work. I've been working on this. You can see the other videos, the previous videos that I posted about this game, about this project, and you will see that at the beginning it was very basic, something very raw. Now it has a lot of things. I'm not very happy with the final result, but I think it's been a lot of work. I've done a lot of things, so accomplished many things. Okay, so the character. I'm using this mesh, this 3D figure that I took from opengameart.org, and I'm not very happy with this. I would like to have a different character or different figure, something different, but at the moment this is what I have. I've been using this. Hopefully in the future I will change it. I'm not saying that this work, this figure, this art is not good. I think it's very good, but I'd rather prefer to have something more realistic, like a real human body, not this kind of cartoon figure. The enemies we have in this game, we have some enemies. They're very basic, they don't do much, and they don't have a very complex artificial intelligence. So they don't do great things. They just follow you. If you, this is the range of vision they have. Can you see? So if you're standing here, the enemy will start following you, as you can see in the previous videos that I uploaded. So what I would like to do is to make a more complex enemy. Maybe he could start following you if you shoot at him. At the moment, if you shoot at him, he doesn't do anything. Just stands there, and you can start shooting at him. You can start shooting at it, and just one move. So I want to improve this. I made also some smaller ones. Here you have one. This is smaller one. It's faster. It's weaker, but his AI is more or less the same thing. It's like a small version of that big one. So then they are standing there in this place, in the place where I put them, and they don't do anything. Just they will activate or follow you or attack you if you just walk in front of them. If they see you, they will follow you. They will try to catch you, and they are pretty tough and difficult to escape because they are very fast sometimes. Then I added some lasers here. If you play the game, they will be moving. They would be moving from up and down here, and they have different versions. They have different movements. I made different lasers, different movements, and I put them all along the different levels. So as you can see, the enemies and the dangers that you have in the levels, the challenges you have in the levels, they are very simple. They are not they aren't things, very complex things. They are just simple things. For instance, I made this cube, and this is just a flying cube that will go around this room. Let me just show you the animation. So this cube would fly around the place, and that's it. And that's all it would do. Let me show you. So this is what it does. It's not an enemy. It's just a danger there. If you walk in front of him, in front of it, you can be, or you could be hit by it, and that way you will lose life points. So these are just dangers around the levels, and I put these enemies, these cubes, this kind of floor. This floor also will discount some life points from you if you just step on them. So these are barriers. These are challenges, dangers that you have around the different levels. They are very simple. They don't have a great mechanic, and they aren't very complex, but they make your life in this level a little bit more difficult. You can also find this item. These are collectibles. The idea is that you can get these items. You should find 5 of them to complete the level. Here's only one, but you have to find the rest of them. And that's it. I made like a big dungeon. and put all these challenges around. All these enemies, all these cubes, huge cubes. I put the lasers, and let me show you. This is the first floor, so let me show you here the huge building. It's a huge place, as you can see. It's very, very big, so the different levels are there inside this huge box. And they are like dungeons. They are big dungeons with enemies and items and things that you have to avoid. I added this water that you have to drink from time to time. So you come here next to the water source and you press E, and your player will drink water, and your water bar will be full again, 100%. And then there is another source that is food source. So my idea at the beginning was to make a kind of survival game where you had to drink water and eat food and look for some resources all along the different levels and try to stay alive. So these are two items, two mechanics, two things that are still in the game. I don't know if they are going to be very useful in the future, if they are going to be the same forever, or what I'm going to do, but this was the original idea. So you have water source and you have a food source where you can go, you press E, and you can drink or eat and keep your energy at 100%. You can keep your water bar at 100%, and another food bar that is there next to the water bar. So this is another level. The idea is that you find this place here in this level. You find this place, and you just jump in and move to the next one. You're going down, as you can see. You're going down, downstairs, and finding the different levels. Here, again, the enemies that I already showed you. I put some decoration here, small plants and things that I took from the internet as well, from opengameart.org. And it's more or less the same thing, but here I did something. I created I don't know, some countries they say torch, I think, or flashlight. This is the one where I use flashlight. I made a flashlight here, very simple. You can take it, if you find it, you press E, and you can use it pressing F. I'm very proud because I created this flashlight and these mechanics by myself. It was something that I implemented by myself without watching a tutorials or something. Just thought, how can I do this? And then I implemented all the mechanics. Very proud of that flashlight, and also how it looks when you actually use the flashlight. So, okay, this is more or less what I have. Let me show you the next of the levels. So a lot of things here, a lot of levels. I need to continue. Look at this. This is huge. At the beginning, when I started making the game, if you go and watch the videos, you will see that I started here. Then I'm going to put this phase inside the dungeons because I really like this. So this is what I first created when I started playing with Godot, playing with the mechanics and all that. Then I decided to start making the dungeons, and I started working on this. And this is huge. This is like a castle here. is enormous. I'm very proud of this area as well, because you have these flying cubes. They are something different and interesting. And you have the keys that you have to collect, and you have to open doors. Here you have a door. You have to get a key and open it. Can you see a lot of lasers? Cubes. These red cubes are also things that you have to avoid. You cannot touch them because you will lose. You would lose life points. So that's it. This is what I've been doing on Godot. This last month I've been working a lot on Qbasic, and I was thinking that I have a lot of fun working on Qbasic and coding and writing code and planning the text RPG. And it's crazy because Qbasic is something so old, and the idea of a text RPG is so basic, so simple, but I have a lot of fun because I can work much better. My workflow is much better on Qbasic than here in Godot. In Godot there are things that I don't know how to implement, how to make them, and it takes me more time and more effort. And at the same time, you can see that here the graphics are beautiful and everything is beautiful, 3D and etc. But I think that the complexity of the algorithm in while the text RPG that I'm working on is much more complex, and I really enjoy that. I really enjoy creating, making something that maybe it's very simple, maybe it's all, maybe doesn't use a lot of memory, graphics, but the idea behind it is complex. The algorithm is complex, and that's what I enjoy about working on the text RPG on Qbasic. Here, it's something completely different. I am dealing with 3D, with graphics, and I have to learn how to do the different things, and it takes me time, and I have to look for information and check on the internet how to do this, how to do that. It's a different workflow. But yeah, I was a little bit tired of working on Qbasic. I think it's always good to change from time to time and do something else, something different. So I'm going back to develop this project a little bit more now. So that's all I wanted to show you. I made several videos showing the game, but I have never talked on them. So I never talked about this project. I'm not very happy with the enemies. I think I need to improve them. I'm not happy with the aim. It's not very good. The character will just move the gun around the camera, aiming to different places, and the aim is always at the center of the screen. So I need to change that. I don't know how to do that. I need to research that. I need to find out. I'm not very happy with some particles that I would like them to be better. I need to continue learning how to use particles in Godot. And as you can see here on the left side, I have many objects and items that are connected using signals. It's a mess. If I modify something here, it can crash the whole game. So It's not spaghetti code, but it's a spaghetti Godot project. It's a mess. I would like to have it better, more organized, and work. I would like to work more efficiently on Godot. I'm still learning how to make projects, big projects here on Godot. So it's part of the process. It's part of the learning, and that's it. I think I'm not going to implement more complex things because this is what I can do so far. But I will try to improve the enemies and try to put all of the other dangers or items that I put around the place to duplicate them and put them in more places, add more details in the levels, and then try to add a main objective, a final point where you have to get, and that's it. I have released. I'm drinking some coffee here. I have released the version 0.8 yesterday. I released it yesterday. It doesn't have many changes, just small details that I added in the levels. It's not very different from the previous version. But I will continue working on this, adding more enemies, probably. I wanted to create a new enemy, something like a drone or something flying around the place. So I don't know. But yeah, I will work a little bit every day, and I will see what I have after some time, after some months. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope my English wasn't a problem for you to understand my message. I hope you understood it well. And thanks a lot for watching and for your attention. Greetings from Brazil. See you next time.